It's Wednesday, February 18th. I'm meteorologist Kalin Mitchell in the CTV News Atlantic Weather Center. Well, it certainly was a snowy and slippery start to the day for parts of the region as we had a band of snow that was making its way across. Now, most areas picked up some snowfall amounts of between around 1 and 5 centimeters from that band. These are reports from earlier this morning, so they don't represent the Maritimes as a whole. For example, that band was still making its way eastward towards eastern areas of Prince Edward Island, eastern areas of Nova Scotia, including Cape Breton. That's why there's a lack of snowfall reports there. There were some localized totals up between around 5 and 10 centimeters of snow for a few areas in the north of New Brunswick, even 12 centimeters at Miramichi. Slippery roads because remember, it doesn't take all that much snow on the roads to make things on the slick side. Now, taking a look at things on radar and satellite, what's left of that band of snow is now clearing off towards the east. In behind it, it's a mix of sun and cloud along with scattered flurries for the region. And there may be some additional snowfall amounts of up to around a few centimeters today where those flurries are occurring. But keep in mind that the sun is out now and temperatures starting to rise a little bit. There's likely some melting on the ground of those remaining flurries that are coming down. Taking a look at things a little bit later into this afternoon and into the start of this evening. Here we are at 5 and temperatures in the Maritimes mostly in the range of -2 to +1. The highest chance of flurries at that time will be in eastern areas of New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and the north and east of Nova Scotia, including Cumberland and Colchester counties, across the North Shore and into Cape Breton. Then by the time we get to around 9 p.m., that part of the Maritimes, so eastern areas, still the chance of flurries, so they're starting to wind down a little bit. Temperatures will be falling by a couple of degrees, so lows between -3 and -1. Because of the stronger February sunshine, we are starting to see some melt of the snowbanks that are around the Maritimes. Be careful about where that happens. As the temperatures fall during the night, that melt can turn a little bit icy. And then in the overnight, most low temperatures falling between -4 and -8 for the region. A little bit colder up around the northwest of New Brunswick, there between -8 and -12. It's partly cloudy conditions and a lower chance of flurries in eastern parts of the Maritimes. And there will still be a chance of some flurries around Prince Edward Island and the north and east of Nova Scotia for tomorrow. They should be pretty spotty in their coverage, so it's about a 40% chance. Daytime high temperatures on Thursday will range from a few degrees below to a few degrees above the freezing mark. I want to jump forward a little bit and talk about the extended forecast, something that I'm keeping my eyes on for early next week, basically late Monday into Tuesday. There is expected to be a coastal low pressure system that develops off the coastline of the Carolinas, sort of a nor'easter type weather system that begins to make its way northward at the end of the weekend. And then it's all about how close it could come to the Maritimes at the start of next week. And there's a couple scenarios still being presented, including a potential pass of that developing weather system far enough to the east of Sable Island that it's just sort of a glancing blow for the Maritimes, maybe some lighter snow in parts of Nova Scotia. However, there is some other guidance that shows the center of that low pressure system coming in more directly to the Maritime region, potentially inside Sable Island and the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia. And in that situation, we would pick up significantly more snow from that weather system. So that is something to watch in the extended forecast. Again, that's coming up early next week, basically the late Monday into Tuesday time frame. You can find news and weather updates anytime at ctvnewsatlantic.ca.